back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Holly with Vintage Luxuries of Southwest Florida. I'm so happy that you're here. Before you leave, make sure that you subscribe and give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Today we're going to get into how to remove a musty or bad smell from your vintage handbag. I deal with a lot of vintage bags, and some of them are from the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and some of them have not been stored properly. A bag having a musty odor or a bad smell to it is pretty common with vintage bags. It may smell like mildew, mothballs, or crayon even. There are a ton of different remedies that people recommend for removing that vintage odor, but here are the ones that actually work. A staple that I use is Ozium sanitizing spray. You can purchase this right off of Amazon, and I want to show you how it works. Spray this and then leave it inside of your bag for, I would say, a day or so, and then let your bag completely air out. So it comes in a nice canister like this. I do not recommend spraying this around your pets, your children, and even in a really closed space because it does have a pretty strong odor to it. So this bag has a slight storage odor to it off the bat. I can just smell it taking out that stuffing. This one is from the year 2004. So it doesn't even have to really be from the 80s or the 90s. It can be from the 2000s and still have that strong vintage odor. It totally just depends on how the item was stored. I'm gonna go in with this Ozium sanitizing spray. So I kind of have this Alma like halfway open there. And I'm gonna push it out like this. I'm going to really be careful and make sure I don't get it on the leather and the interior of the bag where that pocket is. And then I kind of just spray it all around, and then you can see it coming out like that. We wanna zip it up. I try not to breathe that in. Another way to remove that vintage odor would be the Ozium canisters. You can find these right on Amazon. I actually prefer to use the Ozium canisters. All you do is just open the little airways right there, and it's super easy. You can just set this inside your bag. You can set multiple inside of your bag and then zip the bag up, and it's really gonna help remove and neutralize that odor. This smells like an outdoor essence, but they have a ton of different options over on Amazon that you can have your bag smell like. And in my opinion, this smells really nice and fresh. Moving on to dryer sheets, you can totally put these dryer sheets inside of your bag. Again, zip it up, leave them in there for a couple days, or just leave one in there at all times depending on how bad the smell is. Usually when your vintage bag does have that odor to it, when you use it over time, that odor will kind of dissipate. Any dryer sheet of your choice, I prefer these because it smells like lavender and I just love the smell of them. You can use this inside of your bag to really help neutralize that smell. This is a heavy duty recommendation that I have. This is an Ozone generator or an Ozium machine. This is what I've had really great success with removing those vintage odors. Use this around your kids or your pets. This is a pretty strong smelling machine, so you definitely want to use it with caution, but this I have totally had great success using. Another item that you can purchase right off of Amazon that I would recommend. Good option if you do just have coffee grind around the house, you don't have any of these products, you don't have the laundry sheets, you don't have the Ozium. This is something that you can give a try. Put just like a little cup of these inside of your bag. If you have like a little lid like this, scent can get out of the can. I recommend the coffee ground. When you do use your bag over time, I will say that the smell will dissipate. So like after those coffee grounds, you're not gonna smell the coffee forever. If you have luxury items and you are not wearing them, you're not using them, how to store them properly is to not keep them in the box. You can keep them in their duster, but you always want to store them in a dark room that is not humid, that is in controlled air conditioning, and definitely not in the box because that's when it's going to get that storage odor, especially if it's in a humid space as well. So those are my top recommendations for items that you can use to remove that vintage storage odor from your bags. Let me know if you have any questions. Also, if it does have a cigarette smell, this will help it. It will totally not remove that smell completely. Keep that in mind. Smoke smell is the hardest to remove, but these will absolutely help you. I will have everything linked down below in the description box. Make sure you check me out on all social media platforms TikTok, I do live sales as well as whatnot dollar auctions, vintage luxuries on all platforms, and everything is guaranteed authentic. I would love if you would subscribe and give this video a like and a comment if you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and till next time.